down a double cheeseburger for McDonald's. I said I would, because I like the cheese that I like the cheese that they put on the burger, which is American cheese. He goes, American what? American cheese. Jason, wait. So Jason, you're trying to tell me that the cheese that they put over here in the UK is British cheese? No, it's just cheese. But no, it's American cheese.
Jason, my biggest question here is, they're British?
Yes, they're British.
British.
Ow.
What is this talk about American and British cheese that I walked into?
Oh, because my British friend didn't know what American cheese was.
Yeah.
He legitimately has never heard of American cheese, so I told him about American cheese.
Cheddar cheese. I mean,
Yeah. Just cheddar in America.
Well, it isn't. It's like a combination of two different kinds of cheeses, and the way that it's pasteurized is different.
What are you, a chef?
I want to be. The point is American. The point is American cheese sucks.
Okay, there you go.
Alright.
Oh boy.
That's my point.
But anyway, welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney. I'm sorry a little bit for last night if it was if you can hear anything on my end. My parents decided to come down last minute and just start going through stuff in the back. So it was trying to voice act and that happening in the background was a little awkward. But
Fair.
I've been doing that. So we should be back to normal for this. Interested to see how this case wraps up at this point. So yeah.
Alright, second half of the trial.
Let's go.
Let me go get my water.
Get your water.
I'm on my bottle.
I think I put my water bottle close to the freezer area, and now it's just super cold.
Ice! You're gonna eat ice and regain your voice.
I also have come to the conclusion that British politics just sounds like old Tumblr, based on what my British friends have told me.
Damn. All right.
This just sounds like Tumblr. But the French says the. Excuse me. Hang on. Give me a moment.
You gonna clean that beer, Judge?
I will when the trial is over. Give me a moment, people. I believe I have to come up here every day to satisfy. Can I get a new judge?
I still want what's it called? My friend voiced the judge when we were playing. He sounded like the oldest fucking man alive, like he was on the verge of death as he voiced it. Like the defense has proposed a closing argument.
The defense has proposed a closing argument. Very well. A right is a right after all. Here begins our second closing argument. Foreman of the jury, are you prepared to begin?
You're lucky this text is a formality.
Of course, though I do wonder if the good sir up there is slowly dying.
Just passes out.
Now, 6 jurors. The court orders.
Okay, not that dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Roxas is right. It does kind of sound like
General Grievous.
Yeah.
Alright, second closing argument.
Alright. I was just making sure that the Yeti mic was still on. Alright. Criminal left evidence at the scene. It's those 3 books that incriminate him.
There's a possibility that someone else stabbed her. I could reconsider my verdict.
If the window was closed when she threw the book, then it's not relevant to the case.
Throwing a book isn't that big of a deal in the first place. It wouldn't kill a man.
Oh no, have you seen the Ace Attorney games? Rules for out there, shop, chop. If I don't get paid, I'm dead me. Get out of that relationship. I'm telling you.
I had a house fire recently. I caught such an awful cold after.
It seems the jurors' opinions have become more concrete as of our second closing argument. Once again, with some exceptions.
Our trench is gonna fail to break down the last witness with this cross-examination. There's no denying it now. The man who ran away from the scene was the defendant. Therefore... There was not a single other person who could have committed the crime.
Speaking of starring fires,
The eyewitness account was accurate. That makes this verdict all the more conclusive.
Sorry. I just froze the wine glass, the fire starts, it's a boy.
Derek. It's everyone's declaring their verdict. It's a boy. But the fire.
It appears that we have a gender reveal happening right now.
if that's the case, I didn't bring a present. And this closing argument will have to prove that there's another undeniable possibility.
What makes the possibility undeniable, though?
You should already know the answer to that. To quote those ridiculous detective novels, you need the whodunit and the howdunit. As such, you must do nothing short of revealing a name and a method.
If that was so simple, I wouldn't be in this mess.
But if you can't do it, you'll never find the path to the Great Turnabout.
I read that first part as, bruh, you don't.
Bruh, if you don't.
I'm trying, Susanoo. I'm trying my best.
Thus, the closing argument will now begin. I'm sure that you're prepared, defense.
Sir! I guess that's just a moment of truth. Wait!
Double slap.
The one who holds the key to this closing argument has to be juror 4, Miss Bell.
Jaredeb, how did you get that?
A book disappeared from the Garadev's home at the night of the crime. The victim was found at the crime scene holding the 4th book.
There has to be some connection between those two facts. I have to be the one to prove this connection, somehow. I'll use every method at my disposal if push comes to shove.
Make sure you watch the wife's reactions, even when she's not testifying.
Alright. Give that man a porch chair, oh my god.
No, everyone stands up in this court.
It, like, reminds me of, like, whatchamacallit, like any job or anything like that, when there's clearly no one in the store or anything. It's like, I just want a seat, man.
Let's sit down, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get that. Like, real talk, I've never understood that for retail jobs. Like, okay, just like a stool or something. Like,
Yeah.
From the customer side, it looks like you're standing up still. So, what's the difference at that point?
Yeah.
Thinking
about it,
because, Pat, let me lay it down for you. If you're sitting, that means that you're not working. And
I love
apparently,
capitalism.
there's always work to be done.
You know, thinking about it, everyone's always standing up in Ace Attorney, except the judge and now the
Stay up
jury.
there the entire time, and you won't let me leave the goddamn register. So,
I think Aldi's like the only store brand that I've seen that gives their cashiers chairs, and they're like a German company.
I especially
It's one of the
hate it
reasons-
at Staples because there's a there's a stool right by the computer for like the returns and stuff like that, but they won't let the cashiers use it at all, and that annoys the hell out of me.
That's why I always appreciated the advice that my first store manager gave when she said, even if there isn't anything to do, at least look busy, because if you appear to be busy, then nobody will bother you. And I have used that to my advantage.
Just look like you're reading something, pretending I read.
Just work at the library assistant and you read a book.
Okay,
Okay.
your point?
Okay. Okay, I get it.
Pat, no you don't. She's a pragmatic...
That makes it a bit difficult for me to do my job.
On YouTube videos keeps repeating their points.
Yeah. God. Well, you have to make it an hour fucking long for no goddamn reason.
I recently became aware of this video where someone made, like, I haven't done a video about why Luigi's mouth is bad.
You know what? I listened to that.
What
You know what?
did-
I listened to that.
I will also listen to that. Just wait, you made a half-an-hour video talking about Luigi's mouth.
I want to hear your argument now. I'll hear you out.
Disculpame.
Although one of my new favorite videos of why is when I was listening to the Trash Chase podcast, and they were talking about doing their takes on fandoms, and we were talking about the Dragon Ball Z fandom. They got to the part that were talking about Dragon Ball YouTubers, and one of the thumbnails that they saw for the video was what if Vegeta?
Then why do we have windows?
No, what if Vegeta got the coronavirus?
What?
Followed by what if Goku was tested positive for HIV?
What?
They're real videos.
Okay.
Nah, I'll just stick to the total drama fandom on YouTube. They seem pretty chill, folks.
Surprisingly.
Are they like clone high siblings or something?
That poor guy.
Oh, but I called that
Wiping at him, my god!
because she needs to slap something for some reason. Also, we think about his home life. He's probably good at it.
Oh god.
I mean, he's a labor worker.
Yikes.
I love capitalism.
It's not even a fault of capitalism. It's just the fact that his wife was fair. It's just like, man,
Yeah.
you don't bring home money. Like,
Well, I mean, what do you can say? He doesn't have a very good, well-paying job either.
yeah.
Think of the children.
It's a rain match is going to now.
God.
I wonder if marital murder.
So how was everybody's Sunday?
That's pretty alright. I rewatched Real Steel since that just came on Netflix out of nowhere. I don't know if any-
I actually really like that movie.
Yes! Someone else that knows about that movie! Yes! Thank you!
Me and Dad watched Real Steel when we was in theaters. I like that movie.
Yes! Someone else remembers that movie's a thing!
Oh wait, Pat. You just invited me.
Oh, I like this line. I like this line.
What? Were they trying to summon a demon?
It's actually a common tradition in this land.
Yeah, wait a minute, boy.
The pumpkin blowing them down, still burning all over the room. I started to eat up the furniture, and the whole room was filled with fire and smoke. Summoning the eternal flames on down below.
You were still
Get out of
thinking
DGS.
When you realize that birthday candle, so I was like, wait, that's a cultural thing?
Yeah.
Also, Patrick, how do you enjoy the Xbox 720?
No, God, yeah, because, yeah, for those who don't know, in the final fight of Real Steel, they have, like, advertisements for different companies, you know, like in a normal stadium. One of the advertisements is for the Xbox 720, so, whoops.
Oh.
Keep in mind, that movie was, like, back in 2011, 2012, so...
Sounds about right.
Yeah, because that was out when I was in high school, so...
It appears that Game Master also knows about Real Steel.
Yes!
So that's the third one.
It's real. I always get really weird looks when I recognize Hugh Jackman the most from that movie than like Wolverine or Greatest Showman.
No, the original Xbox was just called Xbox.
Xbox, yeah.
Yeah, just Xbox.
We
Who would've
didn't
said Xbox
even,
version?
we didn't even call it the original Xbox until the Xbox One came out. Yeah, Roxas, it was a boxing movie with mechs.
Yep.
It's like, I would say the most obscure movie I have seen that I only know one or two people saw live on TV was this animated film called Toy Warrior.
It sounds familiar, but I might be confusing it for something else.
Like, I remember seeing it once when it was
No,
live
never
and it
mind, I
never...
just looked it up. I just looked it up. I've never seen this.
Okay. So I know the first one. I think it's these two clashing again. I think these are the same two that clashed before. Yeah. Objection!
No, they weren't. They weren't.
They were. The first time it was,
Old man and the woman.
There's a clear contradiction between these two statements!
Jason?
Ah, my bad. A contradiction? What in the world are you talking about?
Oh god, I can't take when he points his finger at me.
What? I really can't hear you unless you speak up, my boy. Juror 3, if I may.
Yes, what is it this time?
Were you listening to Juror 6's birthday story? From what I heard, he opened his windows even though it was in the middle of winter.
That's true, but it was an emergency. If there was a fire in the room, then of course you would open the... I don't know.
Seems like you get it. At the time of the crime, there was a fire in Mr. Garabib's room. Mr. Garabib told me something very interesting about what was going on at the time. The moment the flames flared up, the whole room was engulfed in a thick smoke.
He said that. Oh.
Okay, there we go. You see, this is like, I definitely think gameplay-wise, the closing argument has been like my favorite addition, and it feels very natural.
Yeah.
To it.
Where?
Juror 4, may I have a word with you?
Gup, gup, gup.
By the way,
This
Infinite
is
Tea Lady.
Garabib!
How did you say Garrett
Garrett
Deb? Garrett Deb. Garrett Deb. 3 syllable. Garrett Deb.
Oh, this man brings shame to my family name! What are you doing? Just selling me out like that?
Just give up the maid act already. There was something I want you to confirm, though.
What is it
that wasn't
now?
crap animation.
At the time of the incident, your window was open, isn't it right?
What? What's this all about?
Smoke from the raging flames was beginning to fill the air. Under those conditions, you would have no choice but to open the window!
What are you talking about? Fine, I admit it. My husband really did rush to open the window. But of course, I kept doing things without a care in the world.
Even while all your possessions were going up in flames.
Letting your anger out is good for your health, so I had to throw it to my heart's content.
That doesn't sound so good for anyone's health.
She
Anyway.
kinda has a point. I only say kinda.
Anyway, we proved that the window was open. Let's have that added to the jury's claims.
The window was open at the time, I totally forgotten about that. There's a possibility that someone else sat there.
What's up, Jojo? Also, to answer the question before you ask it, you haven't missed much. We kind of, we're
We've
going
just
to begin.
proven that the window was open during the crime. But I don't see how that.
I mean, you got 2 new statements from them.
So, but they kind of say the same thing. And...
You can press those statements, you know.
Oh, right. Duh.
Yeah, the new statements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I kind of forget that in the closing argument.
No, there's nothing. No,
Oh, it's the same thing.
no there's nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
There has to be like there has to be the bubble
different
thing.
animation, so.
Yeah, like the game would tell you if
Okay.
there.
There has to be a sound effect most of the time.
Alright. You want
Yeah,
me
the game-
you want me to work on my observation skills and then you don't let me do that.
Yeah. When it comes to that, the game would never leave you hanging about that.
It's
It-
different
it
from
will
like
tell you.
Apollo Justice where they just expected like, it's somewhere.
Oh, it's around here somewhere.
You'll find the devil hand somewhere.
I mean, you have it. I mean, you're an attorney, right? We'll find it.
You probably keep mashing it until it makes you stop.
There we go.
Well, Prince, that's because the closing argument isn't meant for the prosecution.
Yeah, it's
This
just
is-
between the defense and the jury at that point.
Yeah, that it's you against the jury.
Yeah.
The prosecution has no play in it.
'Cause, like the jury doesn't really interact much in the
Yeah.
court until they say their verdict. So,
Until they announce their verdicts.
so
In
this
which
is
case,
like
it's you
their
against them.
Yeah, so the only time that the prosecution can pretty much call them out is when
He has to say something, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when he finishes and Vanzy's like, okay, now this is why you're wrong.
Yeah, he's not. He basically they can't really say anything during it.
Wait, now that you're done, allow me to do my call out post on Twitter. You also don't get a penalty for your. You also don't get a penalty for your mistake.
No, you get penalties in this one. In the closing argument, you can get penalties.
Yeah. We just didn't get it for that one because we weren't.
Questioning doesn't give you penalties.
Yeah.
I believe you get a penalty when you match statements wrong.
Yeah, when you don't clash the right statements, you
You're
get a
matching them.
Yeah.
Alright. Excuse me, Juror 5!
Oof! I remember it all. All my repressed memories are back. Mommy, give me all the war. When I was listening to that old lady, it all came back to me.
Persian, maybe not exactly the same century, but, the Reynolds pamphlet would be a call-out post.
No Reynolds pamphlet.
Don't call me an old lady. I'm a wife and a maid, and that's it.
Responding to her violent outburst.
It was 2 weeks ago, after I finished my work for the day. I reached into my pocket to retrieve the day's wage, but then it turned wider than a sheet. There was a huge hole in my pocket, and all my money had fallen out.
Wow. That's quite a tragedy, actually.
Even tragedy doesn't do it justice.
What?
The mistress was just in the middle of cooking up some chicken for dinner. I barely managed to mutter and dropped all my money, which suddenly a knife stuck itself over the wall, holding an inch from my nose.
So terrifying, I'm speechless.
I could really smell. I could really smell the thermos. Then I'll tell you what. Tonight, I'll probably be drawn into those murky depths. That's the real tragedy.
I understand.
And that's what I finally realized. An angry woman will throw anything, blades and knives, after the hatches.
Where'd you get the axe?
Naruhodō, I want you to know that all women aren't like that.
You're like
I
the only
swear.
normal woman
I
I've
thought you were gonna say it for yourself with how you phrased it. I thought you said Olive for a second. I was like, what the? Yeah, I know.
Susanoo, you're like the only normal woman I have ever met. The other ones have been murderers and then a little girl with a bazooka. So
She's just powerful, okay? Don't mind her.
Just often throwing the first blade they can get their hands on? Absolute barbarians. At least loosen an arrow once in a while or something.
Who are we shooting at now?
Now, let's pay carefully attention to what Juror 5 just said. His words may serve as an arrow that will guide us towards victory.
I should forget about what Susanoo just said.
Alright, new statement.
Not all women are like that. It's again, no, hold on.
Listen.
So she tosses him.
I mean,
Oh! Yeah, if there's a possibility that someone else stabbed her, I would return my bird.
that's where we got guys that were slamming their legs on the fucking desks.
Throwing beards and wine glasses.
Yeah.
If...
And coats.
Throwing a lot.
What are you thinking, Matt? What are you thinking?
Okay, like, I'm thinking two things. I think it's more likely that it's this and this one, together of like an angry woman will throw anything kind of deal, so she would throw the book out. But the other possibility that I'm thinking of the throwing anything, if we try and make the accusation the knife was thrown into her or something. But
Which pair do you think would make more sense?
I would think these two would make more logical sense between the two of them. So.
Let me see. What's the fourth statement? What's the fourth statement?
Okay, the angry woman will throw anything fine.
Fourth.
It throws knives. It's true the window was open at the time. I had totally forgotten about that.
Well, Pat, at the end of the day, you can always do the true method to save stuff.
Poor penalties, coward.
I would think it would have to be this one if it just changed, so...
I mean, which one more likely to change their verdict?
I guess woman the second?
Give it a shot then.
Well,
Flash 'em.
hold on, these two didn't, like, properly clash before, so... There's a fair possibility when the window was open when she threw that book, so I think that...
I mean, those two are just agreeing with each other.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I can't, like... Would those two clash with one another, or...?
I mean, nah.
Well,
They basically agree. So
yeah, Pat, go with the one that you know is a clash statement. So you just got that one.
that's the newest one. That's basically what those two statements are building up to getting.
Yeah, so... That's true.
What statement?
But Pat, you're not going to know until you try, so just go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with this one first. Yeah, no.
No, it was the other one.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I knew it, I knew
Yeah, she literally says, "I would reconsider my verdict."
The moment when I think of too much of, like, Ace Attorney, like, these big...
You were thinking too hard there.
No, you're the classic overthinking moment.
Well, especially
Yeah.
because we haven't proven anything of, like, that there was another person all the way over that could throw the knife kind of shit, you know?
Well, that's what this thing is for. We're just trying
to convince them.
Yeah, we're trying to find that possibility.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Alright. Juror number 2, I think this may be the new possibility you were looking for.
What did you just say?
I may have found another way the victim could have been stabbed with a knife.
And just what is it?
The fourth book, The Adventure of the Lion's Mane, was discovered at the crime scene. If it really did come from the Garabib,
Garrett Deb.
Garrett Deb. God, I hate English so much. Then we can
It's not hard to
then we can safely come to one conclusion. There may have been one more object thrown from that room.
What? What?
After all, Juror 4 said she had no idea what she was throwing in her blind fury. Isn't that right, Juror 4?
Just what are you implying?
As soon as she realized the truth of this book, she may have already began fearing one other possibility to be true. Japanese attorney, as a representative of this whole jury, I request an answer. What do you believe is the other object that flew across the street from her flat?
Will you...
What I'm about to say is absolutely crazy. I don't have any decisive evidence to back this up, but I'm gonna make a serious indictment.
Will you go big brain mode at the wrong time?
Investigate. Understood. The defense is ready to voice its thoughts. The other object that flew from the Gyakuten flat was... Juror 4, Mrs. Gyakuten.
What do you want?
I think you should begin by apologizing. I'm really sorry about this. But I need you to tell me something. Look at this knife. Does it strike you as familiar?
Oh,
Hold on, defense! What are you doing? Is it not the knife that was used to stab the victim?
At the time of the incident, the Gyakutens were in a heated argument. Mrs. Gyakuten had cornered her husband at the window, throwing whatever she could find. The window was open, and the book she threw was the one discovered at the crime scene. Ridiculous! That book was found in the victim's hand!
Did the book just grow legs and walk in her hand?
Ha! Not even the butchers can make a book do that!
I can't claim to know everything, but that's exactly why. It would be a fatal mistake to end this trial now!
ah!
Oh! Answer me, Mrs. Gyakuten. Do you or do you not remember this knife?
Oh.
Oh.
Cheeks are...
She's fine.
Cheeks are down! Cheeks are down!
My lord, I would like to amend my verdict.
Why?
I made a promise after all.
Juror 2! And I will as well. This is an unexpected turn of events. I agree it would be a mistake to end the trial at this point. Foreman!
Don't forget about me! I don't really think this old lady really did it, but...
Got me in too. I want to feel satisfied with the verdict right now.
Good show! All at once then!
Don't lag, don't lag.
Nah.
Nice.
Also, side note, these guys got along a little bit more than the first people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Done it!
That was brilliant work, Naruhodō.
The jury's verdict has changed the result of the defendant's closing argument again. Now, 2 vote guilty and 4 vote not guilty. Again. Thus, the court, again, acknowledges that the jury's vote is split. And orders you all to continue this trial again. Oh, that's only comment. Neat.
Neat.
Oh, awesome.
Aces.
I feel more like an ace attorney. Lord Van Zeeks, do you have anything to say about this development?
This is bullshit.
It's fake.
It reminds me of a strikingly tasteless farce.
You wanna know what reminds me of? Fake fucking news.
A farce as tasteless as this wine, floating in my glass as I imbibe it with a sigh.
Boy.
Simply tossing it into hellfire, that which I cannot bear to swallow.
Excuse me, Lord Von Zeeks! With all due respect, the defense has presented a viable possibility.
You call that a possibility, foreman?
Yeah.
I call it nothing more than the lowest of vulgar nonsense, but fine. It seems that we'll have to review the relative location of the crime scene.
The relative location? What is he doing this time?
Think of the crime scene in the defendant's flat. This should be obvious, but... Between them is one large street, made for coaches, Briar Road. The distance between the crime and the landlord couple's home was no less than 15 yards.
15 yards? That's about 4 metros. 14. Bleh.
4 metros?
That's way better than I expected.
Again, now I'm sure you all have the same doubts as I. That book was discovered in the collapsed victim's hand. This book was engulfed in flames thrown by an enraged housewife, flew 15 yards, and fell perfectly into the victim's hand while she was toppled over on the ground.
Yes.
Do you plan to tell me that this is your conclusive argument?
Well...
Not only that, but as if chasing after the book, a knife also flew across the road and slipped straight into the victim's back. Perhaps you'll say a pig flew after it.
Oink oink.
Even though those ridiculous tech novels could tell better stories than your delusion.
Ah! I'll have a rebuttal for that.
Even the prosecutor shouldn't be allowed to say things like that.
You are not familiar with this series, Susato, are you?
Yeah, something like that in the future.
Is there a kick me saw the defendant?
How dare he call detective novels ridiculous? I won't stand for this!
He pushed the button. That's the problem you had with it!
My lord, excuse me, but I can't hold my tongue any longer.
It's actually kind of weird to see both of them at the stand. Like, this doesn't happen much,
No.
What is it, legal assistant?
It may seem like a wild dream to that prosecutor, but the new possibility revealed by the defense has changed the verdict nonetheless. Therefore, this court has no choice but to consider that possibility. And the only way to do that is to cross-examine Juror 4, Joan Garadeb.
What? You want to cross-examine a juror?
We're still here, you know.
Order! 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 Why, this is absolutely unprecedented to have a juror indicted and brought to the witness stand!
Objection!
My leg!
Would be a complete waste of time.
Lord Von Zeeks!
Oh, jibbies.
We were already in the middle of a witness cross-examination. And if the nonsense from before was anything to go by, she was throwing burning books and knives from above. Maybe we should ask the current witnesses about that instead.
What do you think, witnesses?
Patrick O'Malley, patrolman, ready to report!
It would seem that he's finally awake.
I'm so sorry for sleeping through that trial. I've been chasing many scoundrels around the city. It's been about a month of no sleep.
London's constables truly are heroic, aren't they?
Well, I know I've been fighting this alone, but you do not have to worry anymore.
Oh, Pat, I think I'm falling in love.
This is disgusting. But very well, the defense's request is denied. I think I'm just gave it the wrong voice.
Close enough.
Oh,
I like the two reactions. Naruho's freaking out and just
Like, are you kidding me? Like, what?
Susana's
Like,
just slight disappointment.
like, damn. It was a good idea too.
It's like she got she got chocolate and vanilla when she just wanted vanilla.
I'm not surprised, but I'm still disappointed.
Disappointed but not surprised, you know.
Yeah.
Mr. Rock, there we go. Instead, the court orders the current witnesses to testify further. Testify regarding the new possibility as presented by the defense.
Sir! Perpetual twinkle in her eye. It's really good. As a constable of London's police force, I can say that Miss Garabab is unrelated to the case. This is because her window is actually an awning window.
besides, if something were to fly through the air, Pat would have missed it. It wasn't very close to the crime scene, but Pat was watching over it like a hawk.
I didn't blink or look away for even a second. Nothing out of the ordinary, sir.
Incredible! They were awning windows.
Constable, you didn't report this to me.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, you see, I was a little tired.
Tired or not, that makes for no excuse, Constable.
Understood, sir! Sorry to interrupt. What do you mean by an awning, exactly?
The same goes for you. Sorry or not, that makes for no excuse, Japanese boy.
Excuse me, only been here for 3 days.
Sorry.
Google.
Yeah, look it up.
I just looked it up.
Google. He has Google.
Okay.
I'm telling you this.
Do you remember the windows at the Gyarudev's home?
How is your book not any thicker for all the stuff that you gotta know?
Small handwriting.
Window.
Like any other window, you can open them and let the fresh air. But an awning window opens like this.
How are you showing
Are you-
this?
I was going to say that. I'll already show you this.
Google Images has a lot of good
right.
resources.
The window's most defining characteristic.
Does your book have, like, gifts in it or something?
Sure. Is that it can open. Is that it can open at an angle due to being attached to a stay.
Only at an angle? Seriously? Yes, that is correct! In other words, if you hurled a natural book at the open window, it would just smack against the half-open glass and straight down to the ground. No way.
It must have been hard to understand, coming from a country that knows nothing of windows. From the start, it was impossible for either item to fly 15 yards. At least, not without shattering the window entirely.
What?
Look, Pat! That crazy Japanese was like, what?
Yeah, totally vanished that villain roller.
You're amazing, Pat!
It especially doesn't help that they're just using, like, the Pat part of Patrick.
Yeah!
It's just like, especially because I'm so much more used to nowadays going by Pat than Patrick.
Damn.
Like, stop it, please.
Hi, Pat.
This is
What's up,
insane.
Pat?
Your reaction, this is insane.
You're not allowed to use these voice lines out of context.
Cross-examine them.
No, the fridge. It's time to begin your cross-examination.
Yes, sir. Turn into a corner yet again. Alright.
I just noticed Zeke's finger pointing pause makes him look like a Yu-Gi-Oh character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I activate my.
This guy poses so slow and extra.
I activate my trap card.
Dun, dun.
I think it's starting to rain outside. I got my screen door open, so I think I'm hearing it now. Stop using my name. It's weird.
Pat! Oh,
Yeah,
Why is it Pat? Just call
I
me
don't-
his full name because it's
British.
weird for me.
I'm glad my name never shows up in fiction like ever.
This is honestly the
talking
first
about-
time I've seen it in fiction in a while show up, you know?
when we were talking about this trial, we did ask, like, so should Pat voice Pat or should I get someone else?
Should Pat voice-
No. Pat is voicing.
Just shut up!
Hold on, I want to read that, what's it called?
Go to save, go to save, go to save.
Save, okay. Yeah, I want to read that. It's not my fault where to go. Where to go, but at least the one I love. When you lost without a clue, I love. Just shut up already.
He's just so sick of this.
I hate your love and everything is stands for.
I'm not salty that my boyfriend died or whatsoever.
Yeah. Oh fuck, heterosexuality, my weakness.
I want this. Because I cannot experience it.
I feel nothing.
A heterosexual couple in my gay fandom?
Dagger be
It's
like,
This is all. No, breaks out the sword. This is all I have left. Also, wait, hold on. I'm about to put something in the.
or my name isn't Patrick, I swear to God, if you just use Patrick as an alias. Big Patrick.
It's like, I think for me, it's like my name is common and uncommon at the same time. It's more when I watch more Spanish.
Yeah, because
Like Spanish names, like, oh.
Western media that uses like Sophia or Sophie.
Sophia, the first one.
Yeah,
Disney.
that's like
Shut up.
Hey,
have a
you know
meme
what? I
that's
always
my
have to
name.
deal with coffee people always putting my thing.
Jason. Yeah.
You know, I always have to deal with like coffee people putting like my name is Patrick Star, and I'm like, God.
That guy. What?
I'm
Why?
so sick of this one joke.
Meanwhile, Jason has the Jason lines.
At least
Jason!
your guys' things are more recent. Mine has been around for like ever.
No one can bend down to one for me though, so I'm
I'm
good.
also connected to Friday the 13th, so.
Also, Jason, Sophie, look what I put in the DMs.
Damn.
Oh boy, I cannot wait for Twitter after this. It's just all the goddamn memes.
The real name only appears in my country, and even then, it's not even that often. Brandon, now this is spoiler talks.
Yeah, spoiler talk. For game 2, actually.
I have a name that is common in Spanish, but I haven't met an English-speaking person who pronounces it the first try.
DM me it. I was pronouncing it first go.
Well, hey, if my mispronunciations are anything to go by, I definitely won't get it.
I mean, that only depends if Prank is comfortable having his real name said on.
You know, that's very true. That's very true. Actually, I'm stupid.
Only 2 actors I know have my real name, even then it's not common. I think me and Pat I think me and Pat are the 2 of the card that have like the most common names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even
we got new evidence, so that's nice.
Even then, my name was more common in the 80s, apparently.
Alright, keep peace with your destiny, control, come on. Today,
We pressed everything?
I think all but this one? I think this is the last one. Yeah.
I forgot about that line. Next you'll tell me pigs fly.
Oink oink.
But the murder happened on the other side of that room.
Me and me.
D.
Oh,
Hang on! Excuse me, Rolla.
Yes?
Why do you look so happy right now?
I was just thinking. The two of us really are lucky, you know?
What?
I mean, it's a shame that the lady got stabbed, but
Oh my god.
that's how you begin a sentence.
the crime happened just outside Pat's beat.
Is that so?
Yes, you could say Briarwood is the border between beats. Isn't that right, Pat?
Oh dear.
Pat? Actually, the reason I helped with the investigation because the top area is quite big. Wow.
Pat, I'd like you to confirm something with you. Which beat does the footpath just in the front of Miss Garrett's home belong to?
Oh, yeah. That would be my beat, ma'am. That's the first I've heard of
If the lady had been stabbed on the other side of Briarwood that night, there's no way he would have made it to their own anniversary dinner. That had to do his job after all.
A commendable work ethic indeed. That's just what we expect from our constabulary.
Pat always works so hard.
Look, it's hard to say words.
It must have been God watching over him this one time. Don't you think so, Pat?
Yeah, I think you're right. Probably keep an eye on all this information.
I'll take care of that.
Yeah, new
Listen or
file stuff.
something.
Information was where the victim collapsed outside the border.
Alright, now I'll do the talking.
Okay, so if we got that new information. Oh, okay.
Mr. Attorney, how about I ask you a question?
I'm good.
Sure, what is it?
You're doubting our testimony again, aren't you?
Huh? No, I really.
Caught him so off guard. Slow down the sound effect.
Okay.
Let me just tell you one thing. Don't assassinate me just because I'm a girl. I am the wife of a police officer, so my testimony is totally trustworthy.
Right, I just.
No, I don't want to hear any more excuses from you. I guess I'll just have to keep talking if I want to convince you. Do you mind, my lord?
Gonna snap snap his neck, I swear to God.
Oh.
Only if you stop yanking his neck. But yes, please add that to your testimony. Not that I can ask you to do otherwise.
Have you ever been so shocked that time slowed down? Just murdering something just now.
Listen up real good! And you better get a clue this time, you stupid Japanese guy! Even though I let you root this Pat, Pat's gonna lock you up!
Yes, ma'am. Speak to your heart content.
I wonder what she plans to say now.
She's trying to cancel this WiiDude guy.
I'm paranoid, so I just save right now.
Yeah.
Pat, he even has part of your color scheme.
Say no. If that scarf is black, it's the end.
Someone Photoshop that right now. Okay.
Like make the scarf red, turn any part of make the scarf black, turn any part of his hair black, and like then I'm done.
It's a make that a profile picture.
You know what?
Twitter memes,
I'll
go!
make it my Discord profile. How about that?
Yeah.
Pat, do Discord
Play Photoshop's that. I'll make it my Discord profile.
All right, we got a new statement though. Press.
Alright, my eyesight is not the best in direction. That's all. That's fucking suspicious.
I'ma getcha! I'm gonna getcha!
It's your April Fool's Day to be your voicing
Damn, why is it always there like someone make a meme? Prankster, you're at it! Or prankster.
It's up to him. It's up to Prankster. We don't force him.
It's like the duty passed on because it used to be ET and now it's Prankster at this point.
Hey, I'm watching the game, okay? Oh, this guy's tired again. Go. No, you missed your chance.
Oh!
Wait, what?
He did the sound effect thing. Question.
Do the sound effect.
Oh,
Do the sound
damn.
effect.
Okay, I gotta go back.
You go back and get it.
Yeah.
Can you still question him right now? He's still doing the animation.
Check.
Yeah, you can still do it.
Okay, a few. Alright. Pat, may I ask you something?
Yes, Pat. Yes, Pat.
Yes,
May I ask you
Pat,
something,
yes,
Pat? Go ahead, Pat.
Yeah, ask away. Did something about your wife's testimony strike you as odd? Well, yeah. Nah, think about it. It happened that night, too. Then Rolla got lost on the night of the crime? She went to the street over to find a police box, but it took a pretty long time for her to come back. I thought she would do it within 10 minutes. In the end, it took her about 15.
Aw, Pat, quit bullying me! It was all the boutique's fault and not mine.
Okay.
The boutique?
Okay.
Okay, sorry. What is this about a bouquet?
It was our anniversary present. My darling Pat gave it to me. He was picking up coins during his patrol for weeks and weeks so he can afford it.
That's a very romantic story, I guess. Okay. Like, I've had this discussion with my family or not. Like, I get the flowers thing, kind of thing, but I don't know. Like, well, a lot of the time, flowers just kind of die within a day. Like,
They die.
kind of. I don't know.
Real talk.
In my experience, I feel like more and more people have been straying away from flowers, like, as a gift more.
Yo, just give me an eShop card. I'm good.
Pat, I hear you say that, but as a man that works at Safeway that has a flower department, let me tell you about Mother's Day and Valentine's Day.
I mean, to be fair, when my
Well, that's not romantic, so.
when we
Oh,
get
wait, no,
flowers-
Valentine's Day is my damn stupid. Mother's Day makes sense.
when we get flowers, we tend to refresh the water and keep the flowers in the sunlight so they don't die.
Yeah, I guess it just in Michigan, they might be able to survive where there's more sunlight, but I'm in Michigan, so they die very, very fast.
Well, the flower gesture nowadays just, to me at least, comes across more like, oh right, I'll get her flowers.
Yeah, it doesn't feel as sincere as maybe it did, kind of deal. Like, I don't know, just something I've kind of noticed over time.
Yeah.
maybe well, like maybe now also nowadays depends on the person.
Alright,
Maybe it was like the flowers and something else.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Makes it. Anyway.
I had totally forgotten about the bouquet until now. I'm sorry, sweetie.
Case in point. Oh! It's fine. But that bouquet's a matter for us two to handle in private. We shouldn't talk about it right now, okay?
Huh? Oh, that's disappointing.
What in the world was that? It was clearly very shaken about something.
Well, I cannot say I know why. But I think we should press Rolla about that bouquet.
Rolla, about the bouquet. Could you tell us a little bit more about it?
Sure, why not?
Hold on. See it in any of the photos? I don't see it there.
Yet.
Yeah, she's alive. She's fine.
Can I just point out how rare of a case this is?
The victim actually surviving?
Yeah.
Like, I've been expecting this entire time for it, like, at the halfway point for it to go up to a murder charge.
Okay.
Oh,
Ah! That's it! That's it! That's the bouquet Pat bought me! All the change when he picked up on the street!
I think it's best if you don't keep telling everyone that part.
Where did you find this? Where did you find this flower?
The coroner and officers reported about the crime scene. It was one at the corner of the footpath in the front of the Joan Garredub's residence.
Wanna miss the Gyakuten home?
Because it was in an area far from the gas lamps, it wasn't found until the next day. The police believed it to be unrelated to the crime, as it was on the other side of the road.
Thank you so much, Mr. Prosecutor. I'll be taking that back right now.
For now, I think it would be better for the court to accept this as evidence.
Huh? Like
It's
It's
what?
mine now. It's mine now.
It's mine!
But the only evidence of that bouquet is the evidence of our love.
Still evidence!
You better give it back later. I'll scream if you don't.
Yes, ma'am, I won't forget.
Alright.
Alright.
I think you pressed everything you can.
Okay. So getting a block.
So now would be a good time to save.
Yeah, I just made
They said it was found in front of the Garredub's home.
Yeah. So I don't. I feel like it would because didn't it say it was outside his district?
No, he still did it either way. He still had to look at it because you see a body, you stay close to it.
Okay,
I mean,
yeah. End up getting lost. Here.
someone dies in front of you. It's not my block. So sorry. See you. See you later.
Let's be on our way.
Somebody dies 3 feet away. Now that sounds like it's not my problem.
I'm trying to think, because I feel like...
I remember the contradiction. I don't know. I forgot what statement it was for me.
I also remember the contradiction, but I'm trying to remember.
I forgot what statement it was. I'll leave that to you.
I feel
You know
like
what?
it's-
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
feel
say
like it's gotta be the bouquet because we just got that.
Yeah, we just got it. The logic is yeah. So, which statement do you think, and what does it contradict?
I think maybe this one because she would have been right by it at that point.
Well, what was the book?
You wanna-
The bouquet,
the bouquet was in front of the house.
Yeah, which would be right across from the crime scene. And they said they would have been right by it. At that point.
You want to present the rose? You got 4 penalties. You got. You already saved before. You already saved.
Double save just to make sure.
Paranoia is a bitch. Just present the rose or whatever.
Damn it!
Ain't it, Chief?
That ain't it!
Or it is the rose, but just find the statement.
The only thing hard is you! Is your mental state! Seriously, find a therapist!
Stop it. Get some help.
Please, stop it! Get some help!
Alright.
It's time to stop.
Link or look away for a second.
Nothing out of the ordinary, of course.
I think it's this one, probably.
I think.
Yep.
Yeah. He said nothing out of the ordinary, and it's like, of course.
Okay. Going back, hold on, we're reload.
You have 3 penalties, man. You don't need this.
I don't know if we will need them in the future.
I know you won't.
You play the games like this too, don't even.
No, I did not, fucker.
Says the guy who
I took the L's when I needed to, okay?
Pat, no, Pat, I'm on your side. I face scum.
says
Well,
the guy
listen.
who hasn't figured out which coin of the meat was in.
There we go.
Alright. When you were watching the crime scene, there was nothing out of the ordinary. That can't be right!
What do you mean?
Roll up. You said the following in your testimony. When you returned from calling the constable at the nearby police box, you saw where you dropped the flowers, but the victim's body was nowhere to be seen.
Objection! In reality, the victim's body had fallen on the opposite side of Briar Road. Such a tiny bouquet, and really, not even a bouquet at that. I imagine that it was simply blown across the road by the wind.
Tiny?
Objection! Let's say you're correct. If so, why didn't Pat testify as such?
Hold up. Nobody approaches the scene, and nothing was removed from the scene. That's what Patrolman Pat said, proudly and without hesitation. I guess I have a transcript of this courtroom. Okay. But that bouquet was mine. It has nothing to do with the stabbing. The only reason that he didn't say anything about it.
It's not just the bouquet anymore. This is in this mystery. There's been a very particular reversal of the evidence.
Reversal?
That's right. It was Rola's bouquet and Mr. Garabib's book. Originally, the Adventure of the Lion's Mane was found from the Garabeb's window.
Garadeb, yeah.
It should have smacked against the awning and fallen to the west side of the road. But in reality, It was discovered in the victim's grasp on the opposite side of Briar Road. And in the other hand, Rola's bouquet. Originally, it must have fallen on the eastern side of Briar Road. But in reality, it was found on the opposite side of the road near the Gyarudeb's home. This is absolutely an impossible outcome. That is, unless someone picked them up and switched them.
What in the world? What's wrong with you? It's like you're trying to make Pat out to be the bad guy.
I heard there's a song about that.
She's right. We can't listen to that demon attorney anymore. The bouquet? Who cares? It's all trivia, little details.
Looks like Mr. Gyarudeb's life has come back to life. No matter how trivial you think it all is, messing with the state of the crime is a crime itself.
It's called tampering with evidence.
What she said. And the person who tampered with the evidence won't come out and tell us why. It must be because they're trying to hide the reason why they did it.
Objection! Tampering. I see you're excited to have learned a new word. And just who do you think bothered to play this pointless little trick?
In the incident, someone tampered with the evidence. All the evidence and testimony points to only one person.
Now, the court demands an answer, attorney. Who is the one person that could have possibly tampered with the evidence on Briar Road?
I feel like it's gotta be me. I feel like it would have to be Pat at that point if he was patrolling the...
Wait, so Pat, you did it?
First I did it already!
That person would have to be...
Man, Pat, I just can't believe you...
Wait, there's no other single other person.
We're doing it in three! What? We're doing it in three!
Don't be ridiculous. How could this player be accused of that?
Face myself intensifies.
He's a defender of justice. He's a policeman who serves and protects the people of London.
Rolla, when Pat asked you to go to the police box, you left the crime scene. In the span of 15 minutes was the only chance for anyone to tamper with the evidence.
No way. You're just spouting nonsense. I mean... That's right. It was the guy with the mustache. He did it.
Objection! If that was true, then Pat would have witnessed it.
I'm sorry to say this, but there's more evidence to the contrary. It was only after the defendant ran away that you dropped your bouquet. But...
Objection! First, you indict the landlord couple, and now you're bracing the accuser constable of London. But your accusation is missing one essential element! You clearly tampered with the crime scene, but you see, only someone who was hoping to hide something would commit such a crime.
Yes, that's right. We just happened to witness the crime. Why would we have anything to hide?
For what purpose would he have to tamper with the evidence? As long as you can't provide an explanation, your accusation amounts to nothing!
Must have had some reason to tamper with the evidence. That reason must be the key to solving this mystery.
Naruhodō, you don't think that you figured it out?
And it... I got stuck with that word. Thank you. I don't know why I couldn't say that word.
Indictment!
An indictment towards a London constable? You best hope you're onto something here. If you're wrong, this could be a lethal blow to your reputation as an attorney. Keep that in mind as you formulate an answer.
Understood. When he tampered with the evidence, Patrolman Pat was trying to hide. But But the victim was stabbed because then it would be on the other side of the road. To think where the victim was stabbed. Pat desperately needed to hide the truth of where she was really stabbed.
What?
Huh? What do you mean by where she was really stabbed? That doesn't make any sense. We already know that since the trial started. She was stabbed on the footpath of Briarwood. Pat and I saw it. See? Right here. Everyone agrees with me too.
Sure, everyone may have believed that at first, but the truth of the matter is, Viridian Green was not stabbed at this location.
Huh? What?
My word! What kinds of twists and turns will this trial take next?
Japanese boy, you have further explaining to do. Explain your assertion. Where was the true scene of the stabbing?
That would have been right over here.
That's...
You say the crime actually occurred on the opposite side of the crime scene.
What are you implying?
On that night, when the book was thrown from Mr. Garabib's home, Garabib, God.
Why are you having so much issue with this word?
I don't know. I guess my brain just keeps thinking it's a B for whatever reason.
Garrett Deb. Okay.
Garabib. I don't know. I think it's because the D and the B are so close by each other that my brain keeps mixing them up.
Just think of the
Garrett
dab, the fish from Animal Crossing.
Garabib, so it fell straight to the ground. The bouquet of flowers that Rolla dropped didn't move at all. What really moved was the scene of the crime!
That was very silent.
Objection! Also, Jason, you said nothing about what the hell happened. Jason, you there?
What?
You didn't say the line. Wait.
I was looking away at something in my head.
You idiot. Okay, it looks like everyone listening to the testimony so far. These two find citizens witnessed the very moment of the crime.
He's right. He totally saw it.
It was 5 o'clock in the evening. The sun had already set, and London's famous fog rolled in.
Fog.
Two witnesses of crime. You actually ran straight towards the western footpath on Briar Road.
No way. That can't be right.
Pat entrusted you with the task of finding the constable, keeping you away from the scene. And in the 15 minutes between then and your return, he moved the scene of the crime. The victim's body and the fourth book as shown in the crime scene photo were moved to the eastern footpath of Briar Road!
Unbelievable!
But Pat overlooked one minor detail.
Oh, what was that?
Overlooked what?
Would you refer to this bouquet?
Yes, that's correct.
Earlier, the prosecution said something about the bouquet. Because the bouquet was far away from any lamps, it wasn't discovered until next morning.
He overlooked it because it was too dark to see then.
Thus, only the bouquet remained. It was only a remnant of the scene of the crime on the west side of Briar Road. Those are the defense's thoughts on the matter. Did I hit the mark, Patrick O'Malley? Sorry, really. So sorry. I am sleeping at the final moment. You see, I haven't slept in a full month.
Pat? He's lying, isn't he? That attorney can't be right. Pat, you always fought so hard for justice.
I had an awful nightmare. I dreamed that everything I did that evening would be found in court. But I guess I wasn't just dreaming after all.
What? What in blazes? Order! What in blazes? What in the world is going on here? This is just...
Pat, why? Why would you do something like that? Isn't tampering with the dead bodies a crime?
Still doesn't know that the victim's not dead, I guess.
Constable! What on earth did you do that? You're supposed to be an upright policeman working for the sake of the citizenry. Why?
Can't tell you why.
What do you mean you can't?
I'm no sorry. This is all my fault. I stole Scotland Yard's good name. One possibility does come to mind. On that night, there might have been a good reason that Pat moved the scene of the crime.
Impossible! How could you know why? A damn Japanese like you knows nothing of the inside of a good London constable's mind.
Say what you may, but our attorney is the one who brought the truth to light. The court believes that there is worth in asking for his thoughts. Defense.
Sir!
Now, the court requests that you present evidence.
Understood. As I say, be British or Japanese, all people share the same feelings. I think I'm beginning to understand Pat's feelings from that night.
What evidence reveals the motive for patrolling O'Malley's deceit?
I would say it's gotta be one of these two. I feel like the bouquet
I mean, you already used the bouquet. What would that prove?
of like if he. I guess it would have to be the police handbook then. Maybe you're right. To you Londoners, I'm just an outsider. Because of that, it wasn't until today that I learned about the London's It's one of the most noble yet demanding duties in the world.
They patrol the city to maintain order, all the while doing our job to support our citizenry. Yes, those young constables are driven by the many duties they must undertake daily.
But for Pat, that fateful night was a special time.
Special?
And it's this bouquet that makes that fact very clear.
Oh?
Could you present either one of them at that point?
I feel like you might have. I don't know.
That was our first anniversary.
Pat did all this so he could prepare a gift for such a special day. Cause yeah, that's what I was gonna get in on it. Like Rolo was involved on that.
Yeah.
And the two
I
of
gotta
them
use the
went out to
bathroom real
dinner
quick.
to celebrate their anniversary. But then
They came upon the crime scene on Briar Road.
they witnessed a young woman falling under the glass and took life. What do you think was going through Pat's head at this moment? This is the police handbook that Pat presented. There's a manual inside called Things to Know as a Constable. It reads, if a constable discovers an incident in his beat, he must assist in the initial investigation.
Ah!
This is why, isn't it, Pat? This is why you moved the crime scene. Scene went through me.
So that's the problem. The investigation was in his beat.
That's right. At first, Pat was supposed to lead the investigation as that beats the constable.
I see. Then, Patrolman O'Malley, did you?
At the time, for the first time after I got my dream job as a constable, I started to cry. Rolla, stay close to me. The criminal might be out to sea. And I ran to the seat. I was acting not as a husband, but as a policeman. You have to hurry up and notify the police. And then I realized the significance of where the victim collapsed. The constable discovers an incident in his beat and must assist in the initial investigation. Why did this happen here? Today of all days! Why? Tonight was... one day we needed peace. There has to be a police guarding the scene of the crime at all times. So I told Rolla to get to the police box and bring the officer with. Then, I opened my mouth to speak. Sound of words even I'm disgusted now. This road is part of the next beat. Beat over, Rolla! Go to that beat's police box. Take the right to Miss Grimm's Road. Sorry. So sorry.
Pat,
I just wanted to enjoy a nice dinner with Rolla at any cost.
oh, Pat.
That was the one day I needed peace.
If the incident occurred in your beat, you wouldn't have been able to celebrate. Thus, you chose to move the crime scene to the beat on the eastern side of Briar Road.
To be honest, at the time I thought the victim was dead.
Really?
Of course he did, because I know. I know that my Pat wouldn't leave a stabbed victim in the cold hall ground.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
Either way, God is punishing me for my actions now. Everything at the crime scene, but one thing I forgot is the bouquet I bought for her.
No, Pat, it was my fault. I was the one who dropped the bouquet out of sight. I'm sorry, Pat.
I have one more question, Bat. How many books did you move to the opposite side of the road? I think it was 4.
As you recall, Saseki dropped 3 books. The remaining 1 book was dropped with Mr. Garadev's room. That would account for all 4 books.
Why did you leave this book in the victim's hand? The other 3 books scattered around the crime scene. Well, that's just how I found it.
Explain what you mean by that.
When we ran to the crime scene, the victim was holding onto this book. So when I moved her, I just left it in the book where I found her holding the book. Just to confirm, the victim was holding The Adventures of the Lion's Bane? Yes, I'm absolutely certain. I wonder what this means. At the time, I thought it would be an open and shut case. There were only 2 people at the scene. Even Rolla saw that. No matter how much I thought about it, it must have been the guy that ran away. I figured that even if I couldn't change the location of the crime scene, it was just a trivial matter. Wow, this really is it for me, huh?
My lord,
What is it, Lord Van Zeeks?
This cross-examination is over. Constable, you may step down now.
Sir!
Mr. Prosecutor? What's going to happen to my pets?
You're free to go home for today. Expect contact from the yard.
Please. Please forgive him for what he's done. It's not Pat's fault. I'm always complaining to him because he's never at home.
It's okay, Rolla. Let's go home.
Okay.
Patrolman O'Malley,
Sir?
I hope this incident has helped you realize that when it comes to a crime investigation, there's no such thing as a trifling matter.
Yes, sir.
You do well to bear that truth in mind for a long time to come. After all, you don't want to repeat this same mistake at another crime scene.
Repeat? Then...
Hurry and step down. You're delaying the trial.
Sir!
And that is why the why is always really important. Because it can change how you feel about a character in a blink of an eye.
But... You... Because that still doesn't prove... That still doesn't prove, what's that defendant's, name?
Exactly, we still got a case going. That's not it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And an astonishing truth has been made clear in our court today. The crime scene was tampered with by a third party.
However, one truth remains unchanged. The only person who could have committed the crime is still Suzeki Natsume.
Objection! Don't you think the word only is a little misleading? As the location of the crime scene has changed, there should be one more person who have possibly stabbed the victim.
If I may, perhaps you already realized it as well, Prosecutor Van Zeeks.
Lord Van Zeeks, is this true?
Very well. Present him.
Oh, hold on. Whoa, hold on. Something weird's happening with the Discord. I'm gonna lower the bit rate because I think something's taking up my CPU's like. Yeah, something's taking up my PC's like processor. That was weird. 'Cause I don't think that was a lag spike. That was everything on my end. Hold on. What the hell? Okay, hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm gonna try and figure out what the hell that was. Yeah, 'cause something's taxing my PC right now. Something weird is happening. Let me restart Discord manually and jump into it from there. It's like my encoder is getting really pushed right now for whatever reason. I'll lower the bitrate for it. My bitrate's like way lower than normal, but okay. Yeah. Are you guys able to hear me?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. something really weird happened on my PC. I don't know what happened, but I got like a big memory GPU spike out of nowhere. I don't know what happened.
Huh.
But,
Did something update the background that you weren't aware of?
I don't know, but I lowered
That was odd.
I lowered my bitrate. Like, chat, does it Pat, lower your mic.
Other than the rest, raise your mic.
Your mic volume is lower than the rest.
It's a little lower.
Yeah.
Raise it a bit.
Oh, okay. Guess something happened in that. Okay, is that better now?
Yeah.
Chat?
Yeah.
Chat up. She also say things as well.
Chat, let me know. Does that sound better, or do I gotta make it higher? Because I think something weird just happened on my PC, and I don't know what.
Yeah.
And does, like, video still look good to you guys, or? Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Let me know if video is good as well, cause, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
The prosecutor will consent to continue into these proceedings.
I think it was good, alright. The other person that could have been crime.
Alright, let's say who did it.
No, I don't think it's overheating, because I'm not hearing my PC, like, fans, like blowing or anything, so... something must be updating in the background that I'm not aware of. The defense is ready to call the witness once again.
What? Once again?
Just as my legal assistant proposed earlier. There's only one witness that can bring the truth to light. We need to hear Juror 4's testimony. Come to the stand, Joan Garadev.
What?
Objection! As I recall, your request was already overruled.
Objection! But we have new information and the situation is entirely different. Mr. Garadev, may I have a moment?
What do you want?
When the crime was committed, you and your husband were fighting. During your fight, a fire broke out in your home. Mr. Garadev opened up a window facing Briar Road where the smoke could escape.
Well, what of it?
You threw this book at your husband, who you had cornered at the window. But the book hit the awning and fell straight to the floor. And as we just established, the place it fell was exactly where the crime scene took place.
And again, what of it?
You said that you were blinded by rage during your fight, yes? And you didn't just throw books, you threw everything you could get your hands on. I want you to confirm this for me one more time. This knife was found at the victim's back. Are you absolutely sure you don't recognize it?
Yes, I'm sure.
Huh?
How am I supposed to remember what I threw at him? Anyway, didn't the prosecutor said the jurors shouldn't have to testify?
Well...
Objection! I remember saying nothing of the sort, Juror 4.
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, do not misunderstand. You are not above the law. If you remember this knife, then you would do well to tell us the truth.
He's having an Edgeworth moment right now. Let him do
Yeah.
it.
but you can get a knife like that just about anywhere. We have so many of those at home. If 1 or 2 went missing, you wouldn't even notice.
What?
For real? My word!
Furthermore, the thought that I might have hurt someone, I just can't handle the idea. It's too much.
Well, you were trying to hurt your husband.
Joan. Alright, go ahead. Hurry up and show me your decisive evidence.
I want you to show me conclusively whether that knife was really one of the things I threw.
Can you do it, Naruhodō?
I feel like now investigate the knife again.
I'm pretty sure you investigate everything you can.
Okay, there's nothing else I can prove on the knife?
No.
Okay.
No.
I was trying to see if there was, like, maybe a signature on it or something. If I had that kind of evidence, I'd throw it at her ages ago.
In that case, it's time for you to come to the witness stand, Juror 4.
What?
The prosecution agrees that this juror must be cross-examined.
Prosecutor Van Zieks.
Me? Testify?
Juror 4, you have witnessed the entirety of today's case from your seat on the jury. You have seen the miraculous moment where, from our witnesses' testimony, a truth was gleaned that even the witnesses themselves were not aware of.
Oh,
Thus, it is paramount that you testify to the best of your ability. Once you do, I'm sure that this court will be able to find the truth. Prosecution, defense, are you in agreement?
You are correct.
Huh? The defense agrees! Relax, Jack. Very first time since we arrived in this country. Fighting in the courtroom.
Witness, your name and occupation.
yes, sir. My name is, Joan Gyakuten, yes. My occupation, at the moment, I suppose I'm a juror?
Looks like she's confused of whether she's a housewife or a maid.
Henceforth, the court expects your testimony. Is that acceptable?
Yes, my lord.
On the evening of the crime, something transpired in the Gyakuten home. You should tell us the entire truth. Do not try and withhold even a single detail. What's the matter, Joan? There's nothing to be scared of now.
Tia! You're here all along?
Fun for you.
My
I also
wife-
there at the time of the crime. Thus, I'm ready to testify alongside you, Joan.
But dear, what about your leg?
Oh, please, I'm fine. I can't let you suffer here all alone, can I?
Dear.
I presume you must be Mr. John Gyakuten, then.
Sir! Fourth... Shit!
Not so easy, huh?
Okay, no, I got this. 4th Northumber Musculars Battalion, Captain of the 3rd Platoon! I've suffered countless battles. Now that I'm retired, I live a quiet life here in London. It seems you were subjected to your wife's concentrated barrage in your very own home. Well, I suppose you can see it that way.
A juror, standing as a witness. This is the first time since the founding of our British courts. This is an absolutely unprecedented situation. However, as today's final witness, you two are ordered to give your testimony. Testify regarding what happened in your home as the crime took place.
So, sir, loud and clear, my lord.
2 married couples in one trial.
Alright, last testimony.
Alright. Give me that sweet Allegro.
I forgot the reason my wife and I started fighting. Our candle stand fell over, lighting the carpet on fire. I put out the fire and ran to an open window. To open a window.
Meanwhile, I took aim and threw everything I could at this poor man.
There are plenty of knives in our room, so we wouldn't notice if one went missing. If the weapon was one of our knives, I want you to prove it with evidence.
It appears that your home really was the scene of a bloody battle.
On the contrary, it appears to have been more of a one-sided assault. I am forced to admit that my platoon was at a perilous disadvantage. If our armistice had been delayed for even a minute, we'd have been engulfed in flames. But really, if this old man was pressed to say, it's the brief moments like those that toe-to-toe between life and death on the battlefield.
Never heard of a married couple starting to describe like that.
However, with just this testimony, it'll be difficult to produce evidence of the weapon.
They say that in battle, man finds himself lost in the fog of war. He loses sight of all else. Perhaps there's little point in demanding any further testimony from these two.
I'm getting the same feeling. Sophie?
Buffy?
Yeah, stream kind of cut there.
Oh,
Alright.
okay.
Oh, I did?
If that's what you believe, then the two of us will have to reach that final truth within this cross-examination.
Yeah, you're right.
Now, defense, begin your cross-examination.
Yeah, but as I said, final cross-examination.
Yeah, because I figured this kid's going down now.
Yeah, here we are.
I forgot the reason. Okay. Can't stand for I'm not this crazy, I swear.
Please don't reframe your, judgments later.
Oh?
Yeah, I think you say otherwise! Excuse me, Mr. Garadeb? Yes, I know your pipe is very fancy, but listen to me! Mr. Garadeb!
Oh, what do you want?
Is there something that caught your attention about your wife's testimony just now?
Well, if you must know, my memory does differ from hers, just a tad. She went through hard, heavy objects, books, fire irons, bricks, and so on.
What?
TNT. Not only that, she had impeccable aim. Ah! Joan, we're in a courtroom!
Oh, goodness me! I am so sorry, dear!
She's still doing this?
But you see, there's no possible way I could have thrown heavy objects like that.
Well, if you take a look at this, you'll get the idea. Jason?
What? Oh, excuse me. What happened to your pipe?
At the time, I was under my pipe like so. When I was subject to that horrifying barrage, it flew out of my hand. I accidentally stepped on it while I was trying to get it picked up, and it split right in two.
I just broke in half.
Some hard object hit my pipe, knocking it out of my hand. I patched it up with some tape as a quick fix.
Honestly, dear, you really like to make such a fuss out of the little things in life.
I wonder if Mr. Garadeb's testimony just now is important. It's always important.
Always important.
The defense believes that there's a profound meaning in that last statement.
Objection! There's only one bit of knowledge to glean from the retired soldier's statement. Defying your furious wife only result in a broken heart and a broken pipe.
Damn.
That is all there is to it. You will find no other meaning, profound or otherwise.
Indeed, any husband will already know this fact.
Guys, real talk, if you keep asking Prankster for all these, you guys can also edit these memes yourself, too.
Yeah, don't.
Just
Yeah,
saying.
don't. Leave him alone.
I mean, I'm streaming, so that's a little different on my end, but yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure about that.
Would you at least allow us to take a look at that broken pipe?
Of course, I don't mind.
There you go again. You're always going out your way to please younger woman. She's 16, please.
I'm divorcing you after this.
You're not helping.
Is she? Very well. The court shall accept this as evidence.
Yay, pipe.
Although I think you two need to have a talk when this case is over.
I hope you don't mind my sudden intrusion.
Well, first we're gonna take a look at this. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Ah, there we are. Huh? I think I saw something reflecting in the inside the pipe.
Yes, I saw it too.
The top part of the knife.
It looked like to be something stuck inside that bowl of a pipe.
Turned upside down. See? Oh, what is this?
It's a metal fragment. If I had to guess, it's probably broken off some kind of blade.
Blade, huh? Is this what I think it is? Alright, I know exactly what I gotta do now.
Yeah, we don't gotta voice this. So
Yeah.
stupid.
Susanoo and Naruhodō just like, we got him, GG.
Yeah, we got him.
We got him.
GG's.
It's scared them, it's scared them, it's scared them, it's scared them, it's
Yeah,
scared them.
I know what you're referencing. Also, real quick, I recommend you press the first name, and I find it funny.
Oh, okay.
The
The
first
very first one in this whole...
Yeah, we don't gotta voice it, but like I just find it funny.
Alright, okay.
Yeah, I love that.
I have no comment on the
I could
matter.
Alright, you got the evidence, you know what to do.
Yeah,
Just go to the statement.
This weapon's one of our knives. I got a way to prove it. Right. Fucking. Hey, y'all! Boy! Mr. Gyakuten, could I get you to look at this?
I can't really see it.
Huh?
Back in the platoon, they called me Hawkeye John, but that was a long, long time ago. Nowadays, even when I'm reading my favorite book by the fireplace, I tend to do things like mistake the letters B, D, P, and Q.
You know what? I can relate to that.
Yeah.
You know what? I believe you.
My word. Maybe you should try putting yourself in the witness's shoes, attorney.
That does make it sound like you have some kind of eye problems.
Just what is this? Some sort of tiny metallic shard.
Might be the tip of a broken blade. It may be tiny, but it's absolutely an important piece of evidence!
How very intriguing. Where did you happen to pick this up?
It was stuck inside Mr. Gyakut's pipe.
My pipe! What are the words in again there? Jason?
Well, what is the point of presenting this tiny little shard? You can't possibly be saying that is related to the case at hand, can you?
Ura.
Indeed I am!
What?
If we consider this shard alongside another piece of evidence, I think the truth about the stabbing will become clear once and for all. Like she's not about it.
Yeah. Also, his ass is burned.
Wait, is it? Okay, I gotta see that.
It was.
I can see that our attorney is becoming very confident in his answers. Now then, defense, I ordered you to present your evidence. What evidence, combined with the tiny shard, will reveal the truth of this case?
Got it right here. This is the knife that was found in the victim's back. Look at it carefully. You'll see that the tip of the blade is chipped off just slightly.
There are entire hordes of thieves roaming the London city centre with shoddy knives. A knife as cheap as this one would break as soon as it struck bone.
If that's true, then the tip of this knife
Will likely still be stuck inside the victim's body, yes?
Objection! However, that is not the case. The broken tip of this knife was in this metal shard all along. It was Mr. Garadeb's pipe.
Ah!
What's the matter, Lord Van
You like
Zink?
this theatrics a lot.
This is absolutely absurd!
What is this pose?
You look like you had a...
Grabbing his badge.
Oh,
Oh.
can't tell you're turned on or not.
The knife with the broken tip and the shard. They fit together perfectly!
What?
I see the birthmark now.
Order! 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 Is this some sort of Japanese black magic?
Bruh.
It's just fucking logic.
It's no black magic, I'm afraid. On the contrary, one might call it a miracle.
A miracle?
Looks like even Prosecutor Van Zieks has realized the truth.
Attorney, explain the meaning of this immediately.
Yes, sir. But from the gist of what I'm saying is probably the exact time that this shard got lodged in his pipe, I guess.
That was made clear during the Garadev's testimony.
I remember someone in chat, like, during the investigation, pointing out that his pipe was broken. Good on you, I guess.
Oh!
This can't be!
Fight between the Garadeb couple happened at the exact time of the crime. In her rage, Mrs. Garadeb threw the knife at her husband. Then, the knife collided with Mr. Garadeb's pipe and was sent flying.
The knife's tip broke off.
And then the shard broke off of the knife, lodged itself inside the flying pipe.
How? It's really is some sort of miracle!
That's the only conceivable way that this shard could have ended up inside the pipe. Then the knife, without its tip, flew through the open window. Also, why the fuck is it trying to smoke with it with the knife shard still in there, dude? Like, why?
Are you dying?
Like, see, I feel like if that shard gets in to the pipe or anything, like, dude,
Yeah.
just take it out.
He's fine. Daddy ever noticed. Nah.
Thus, this broken weapon descended from the Garadeb's home and stabbed the victim in the back.
No. It's you.
No. No way! No way!
Objection!
Oh.
A toast.
What a decadent demonstration. You powered up countless niggling details and proudly presented the resulting heap of dust. That's a very Japanese trick, isn't it?
What is your problem now?
Unfortunately for you, your demonstration is nothing more than pretense. If you're wondering why, it's because exists a fatal contradiction in your own assertions!
Huh? What?
Lord Van Zink, explain yourself. What contradiction have you found in his assertion?
It's honestly very simple. The victim was stabbed in the back by this knife.
The back? Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, that's right. He's absolutely right.
I'm sick of this
hey,
shit,
whoa,
man.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Dad just appears. What's the matter, darling? You're suddenly so jumpy. Try to
His
remember
skin
the
has
details of the
adapted.
case again.
It's I want that lotion that he has. Oh my god, that must be amazing.
That's why he didn't take it out of the pipe. He is already immortal.
He can't kill me.
As the victim was stabbed along Briar Road, she was stabbed and collapsed on the spot.
That's the trade-off. You get immortal life, but shit eyesight.
Yeah. If a knife had descended from above with those circumstances,
Boy!
then it would be inconceivable for the knife to land in her back.
I think I already know. I already knew where this was going as soon as, like, the idea. She picked up the book from the floor and then launched it to her back, I think is what happened.
Ah, shit, my...
Yes, of course. It's totally it. It's a falling knife that stabbed her. It would have been stuck to the very tip of her head, of course.
Honestly, that'd be kind of terrifying.
Wow, that attorney really climbed up.
So that's
So that's it. I knew something especially about this.
it. What about the truth then?
Indeed, the defense has overlooked something vital.
You can't call a logical conclusion if it has even a single contradiction. Attorney, your demonstration doesn't have a leg to stand on! Where's he still licked?
So close to the truth. There shouldn't have been anything wrong with the path I was on. But now, the way is closed off by a single contradiction. In other words,
Let's see.
Yeah, thanks, Naruhodō. If we can resolve that contradiction, the path will be clear once more.
Susato?
Listen up, Naruhodō. You've just been taken by surprise, and you just turn a little bit pale. But if you're on the right path, then I believe there has to be an answer somewhere. Somewhere in the information recorded in the court records.
It looks like our Japanese boys finally ran out of rebuttals. There's only one thing that your silence whispers to us. It said that you accepted your own assertions as false. If it did land on the head, that'd be terrifying.
Objection! The contradiction isn't because I'm wrong. It's just another challenge. To make my case even more well-owned. You're not wrong. There's no way that a falling knife could stab an upright person in the back. That is, in a normal situation.
What?
What are you talking about, defense?
A certain piece
Always
of
making the
evidence
stuff
tells us the story. It tells us how a falling knife would end up in a victim's back.
Huh?
Huh? What are you saying? What kind of nonsense trick is this?
It seems this is the last time I have to say this today. Defense, I order you to present your evidence.
This is the final contradiction. If I can clear this up, then one final undeniable truth will remain. The evidence that proves the falling of the victim's knife. I feel like I know it. I'm just gonna say just in case.
Paranoia.
Okay.
Go with what you think.
Yep! The fourth book discovered at the scene of the crime explains it all. This is it, the final piece of evidence that the defense will present.
This burned book.
No!
Okay.
There we go. That book was from the Gyakuten home, correct?
God, I missed this pursuit thing, not gonna lie. It takes a while to grow on you. Like,
Yeah, it does. I'll admit. Here we go.
If you take the look at the photo at the crime scene, it tells you exactly where the book was present at the scene. The victim was holding Mr. Gyakut's book in her hand.
However, if you recall, the constable testified that he placed the book in her hand.
That would be referring to when he moved the crime scene to the opposite footpath, yes?
About that. The old man Mr. Mayoli gave us is a vital piece of testimony alongside that. In other words, the victim picked up the book by her own volition. So obviously, she picked it up before she was stabbed by the knife.
That does make sense. If you got a knife in your back, that's definitely not the time to be reading.
So why, in the first place, did the victim pick up the book?
Oh, I think I know. I think I can imagine a reason why.
Huh?
We know that this book fell from the landlord's flat on the 3rd floor to the ground. Furthermore, that was almost exactly the same time the incident occurred.
Exactly. If they were at the same time. The victim was walking through the foggy London night on the pavement of Briar Road. As she walked on, suddenly, a book fell right in front of her.
The book that I threw.
Mrs. Garadeb, put yourself in her shoes for a moment. Imagine you were walking along and suddenly a book fell before you.
Well, I can't exactly imagine what's happening, but I suppose I'll probably reach out my hand. And I picked the poor book up, of course.
And that's our answer! She picked it up. A book fell from the sky in front of her, and of course, she reached out to pick it up. What do you think she might have looked like in this situation? Her back was pointed to the sky, completely defenseless, and as she bent over, and in the next instant, while she picked it up,
Down smash.
the knife following the book descended directly into her back. And that's not all. Not far behind Viridian was another person walking on Briar Road. That would end up being the defendant, Tsuseki Natsume.
Oh!
What Tsuseki witnessed at that moment was the victim suddenly collapsing to the ground. In that wintry fog, he failed to see the knife falling from the sky.
In that case, the constable and his wife wouldn't have witnessed anyone else on the scene.
And it is all because there was no criminal to flee from the scene.
This case is just a tragic accident. It's a result of a chain of coincidences on coincidences. That's the very truth of the stabbing of Viridian Green. Does that sound right, Garadebs?
When you first revealed that knife, I started to realize maybe that really what happened.
Darling.
Jonah. I know, whether it's on purpose or not doesn't really matter. What I've done is still a crime, right? I confess to it all. That night, as I was blinded by rage, I threw that book at my husband. And then I threw the knife too. Dear.
You don't have to say it, I know.
I'm so sorry. Sorry. I'm so sorry! Oh.
Juror 1's just looking away, motherfucker.
I have deniability.
I don't say anything. Do you say anything? I don't say anything. What about Zeeks? How is Miss Garrett?
The right side of my face doesn't exist.
She was taken to bed in emergency care. I'm told the situation is hectic at the moment. But there shouldn't be any problems. Things will calm down soon.
Unfortunately, they wrought this tragedy with their own hands. They will need it for all to stand and face it together.
I'm not sure if one might call this a dark cloud silver lining, but according to a report from the hospital, the victim was on the road to recovery. It seems to be just a matter of time before she regains her senses.
Still don't know a thing about her, huh?
Still, it's great that she survived this ordeal.
Yeah, you're right. I wanna...
And as for you, Defender Saseki Natsume.
We still have the whole Grim Reaper's curse thing, so...
Stream. I'm gonna say save for paranoia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, continue.
Yes, sir. On behalf of the Ministry of Justice, I wish to issue an apology to you. You journeyed to Great Britain from so far in order to study in peace. Yet, we have only caused you immeasurable suffering. We are deeply sorry for this.
Oh my god, the court is actually apologizing.
I'll be right back.
I cannot accept, for the one who must apologize is me.
Saseki?
That night, a poor young lady had fallen before my eyes. But in my hysterical horror at what lay before me, I made a terrible mistake. What mistake? I thought that fine lady had died.
Patron Pat thought so as well. She did seem pretty dead, I guess. Well, granted, normally the defendant doesn't really show up a lot of the time in Ace Attorney in the actual...
He told us all he really could. He walked, someone fell over, he ran.
Yeah.
It has been a year since my arrival. I was still yet to acclimate to life in the Imperial capital. My days were dismal. It was as if the spirits of the fog of London, damp and dreary, had come.
He does seem like a really sensitive guy.
What a poignant image.
And it was the same then. I thought she was bewitched by the very same malevolent spirits. I know that dropping my books and fleeing the sea wasn't what I should have done. I should have done nothing. I should have done nothing other than call a doctor and notify the police of what happened. As an exchange student, I've dealt a terrible blow to the trust between our great empires. Thus, I must offer my deepest apologies. As far as I can see, the essence of this case seems to be an apparition of interwoven chains of misfortunes. Manipulated by this apparition, we were ready to rush to a mistaken verdict. Lord Van Zeeks, and you, attorney, who voyaged from Japan to the British Empire. You two are responsible for breaking that chain. This was absolutely a model trial.
Thank you, my lord.
Now, say citizens of the jury.
Yes, my lord.
The court has decided that now is the time for this trial to end. We request your final verdict.
Speaking as the foreman, I only wish to arrive at a dignified verdict.
truth is often cruel, isn't it?
I didn't think this would end with us losing a juror. I stand here now as my wife's messenger.
It's about time. Now I can finally get back to work, right?
This will be a nice story for my grandchildren.
And it will. Now, jurors, the time has come. Present your final verdict to the court.
Not guilty!
Not guilty.
Not guilty. Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty! It's a boy!
Damn.
Why is it always a boy? Why can't it be a girl? I will now deliver the verdict to the defendant, Suzuki Natsume. Not guilty!
It feels good to finally feel good about a verdict again.
Yeah, our first real W.
I love that video so much.
One more thing, defendant. Yes, my lord. You're now a free man once again. I hope you will endeavor to bridge the gap between our two cultures. And be sure that you never find yourself in this courtroom again. Yes, yes, of course.
Why do I feel like this is going to be a thing in DGS too?
I, Suzuki Natsume, do solemnly swear! I am so moved! With this, today's trial comes to a close.
No court adjourned? No nothing? Alright.
Nah, of course it's over. I'm gonna go use the restroom.
Yeah.
Oh, substitute!
Huh? Oh, you mean me?
Of course I do! Are there any other substitutes here?
I wouldn't really know.
We come a long way from substitute law student Naruhodō, haven't we?
I would have preferred it just to ride in naruhodō instead.
My name is finally absolved of all doubt! Heart full of glee! Laugh loud and free!
He seems really happy. I could tell since he said laugh.
It would be a lot easier to tell if he actually laughed though.
Oh, substitute, you've really done it! You salvaged my life from trouble!
It wasn't me, you're free because you didn't hurt anyone. It's great that everyone else had to come to see that too.
No, you see, you got the wrong idea! There, substitute!
Yes?
I said this before, but I never could come to love London. On the roads, I look around and see only foreigners. In the sky, only brick skyscrapers. The Brits look down on me from above. They point and laugh. Look at that dwarf!
I think you're just imagining that.
However, today you have pulled me out of my tiny hole of depression. You stood on the grass stage against those Brits, and you didn't dare retreat. In equal battle, you fought with your words to unveil the truth unknown. When I saw those great fireworks in the town court, we can see those actually. My heart cries for joy.
How is it not a fire hazard? Like, seriously.
Mankind is great.
We're both grateful to hear you say that.
My old friends in Japan will be delighted to hear about this misadventure when I go home.
Huh? Go home?
Oh, yeah, I've been looking for you three.
Oh, God.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I happened to oversleep just a bit.
Bye, but it's Mr. Holmes.
Whoa, that was close. It looks like I made it just in time. It looks like court's about to be in session. I know you got this, Master Naruhodō.
Actually, the trial just ended.
What? How? I was in such a rush for nothing then.
Arrgh! It is you, you monster! The Sherlock Holmes!
I'm sorry, have we met?
This is Soseki. You do remember arresting him, right?
Oh, that's right. I didn't recognize him. He's always hiding out in his little basement or a flat, or in those dark, dank little jail cells. What is he doing in a brightly lit room like this? I have no idea who he was.
A little less rude.
Curse you, the Sherlock Holmes! It's all your fault! It's all your fault that just happened to me! I got a whole matter of things I need to say to you!
No, wait. Sorry, I've got it now. You must be... the man that ran off from the crime scene. You abandoned that poor victim!
Huh?
If you'd taken her to a hospital instead... by now, she probably would have been awake again. But oh well, I figured it was inevitable for her to end up this way anyway. We're all the same, you know. Something like this is just too much to have a fright.
I'm honestly very sorry for what I did.
Good. By the way, you said there was a amount of things you need to say.
No, I suppose not.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You're just too funny for me to handle.
Poor Soseki.
Come on, look at the bright side. What a pleasant experience, right? And all for free. And for what I can see, you've been declared not guilty.
I'm still not safe.
Whatever do you mean?
I knew it all along. I'm cursed. Cursed by these spirits. And cursed by the Grim Reaper himself!
Oh, Prosecutor Bond.
I'll never forget what I heard when that prosecutor is in court. Even if you're not guilty, you doomed your terrible demise!
No, Soseki, you'll be fine.
Huh?
Even if some sort of unruly bringer of death appears before us, I, Susato, will not fail to keep you safe from harm. Die!
And just like he should be, he's shaking in his boots.
You'll get a taste of my special move, the Susato Toss.
Still shaking, look at him.
You're dead.
Before you did that, Susato. Just him shaking is what they say. So, Soseki, what are you gonna do now?
Probably take you to a hospital. Look at you.
You mentioned going home a while ago.
Before long, I plan to go home to the Japanese Empire.
Huh?
It's been a whole year since I first arrived in the British Empire. Going to university, living on my professor's teachings, visiting the libraries and bookshops. I've come to know this wonderful world of literature, along with the city it was born from. And I realized that my mission is to teach our empire about this culture.
Soseki,
So, put simply, you've gotten cold feet at the thought of the Grim Reaper's curse. Is that right?
No, you see, you got the wrong idea! The more I learn about literature, the more these strange emotions well up within me. When I return home, I wish to write something with my own two hands.
Really? I'd love to read one of Soseki's novels someday.
And you can too.
Now, Master Naruhodō and Mrs. Zato, what are your plans?
Our plans?
Are you going back to Japan with that mustachio gentleman?
Why would we do that?
we haven't been in London for a week now. No, our trip has only just begun.
I suppose you've been staying in a hotel, then?
Yeah, we're trying to find a cheap place to live before we go bankrupt.
According to our calculations, our allowance will vanish entirely in about 10 days.
Oh, if you like, you're free to take my flat.
Your room doesn't have any windows, right?
Yes, that's true. But the floor, the walls, the ceilings are all in perfect order. And there's more. You'll never be alone because spirits will be there to curse you.
Spirits?
Indeed. When you're sound asleep at night, the spirit suddenly wrings your neck. What a refreshing way to start the day.
I'll need some time to think about it first.
I love Saseki.
I got a proposal for you two. How would you like to stay at my home for a while?
Really?
You see, our home has a bit of a vacancy. Even if you'd just be taking the attic.
Can you really call that a vacancy?
We touched it over with the landlords this morning, and now Iris is cleaning it up. You should come as soon as you can. I doubt you have any luggage, right?
Oh my, what a lovely proposal! We get to live in the attic of the world-famous detective's home!
Oh no, she's going off again.
So many emotions are welling up inside me!
Also, Brenda, I really want to call
Congratulations.
Zano Tsundere.
No.
No.
Fuck off.
Brandon, I'm sorry to say this, but I feel like you don't know the meaning of the word.
Yeah. It's kind of just tossed around.
I don't suppose I even have an option to look somewhere else now.
Alright, it's decided then.
There's a very big difference between a Brandon, like there's a very big difference between a tsundere and a pharaoh. Like there's
Yeah.
pretty big
Pretty big difference. She's a Sherlock Holmes fan, that's it.
Yeah.
Tonight.
No, but like, it's just when he said it was after Susanoo tossed Naruhodō.
And
I don't see that. I don't get that. I don't get
She's
that.
just very
that makes
she's-
even less sense in that context.
She's
That
just
makes you-
very
okay.
passionate. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Yeah. Brandon,
Tonight.
Brandon, I know my tsunderes because I love tsunderes. Susanoo
Yeah.
is far from a tsundere.
Anyway, tonight, Iris will be flexing your cookie muzzles for a big welcome dinner. Mr. Seki, you're free to come over as well.
I do appreciate the offer.
Well then, I'll be working on the paperwork for Soseki's acquisition.
Acquittal.
Acquittal, damn it.
Excited.
Substitute. I knew I was right to choose you.
Is it lagging for everyone else?
Yeah. That's
Oh.
on my end.
Yeah.
That's on my end.
Oh, save it.
Yeah.
Save it.
Okay. You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna.
Hey, something's running in the
I don't.
back. Check your processes.
According to that, it doesn't. Hold on. Let me. I'm gonna see if there's anything in the actual emulator I can change because I feel like something might be. We might be putting in a little bit more than normal.
Something about the CPU clock, maybe?
Yeah, maybe CPU clock might.
I think that's it.
Where's that? Is that an enhanced? Where's CPU clock?
Emulation?
Emulation. General web.
Configure. Graphics.
Oh, it's in graphics.
Oh, that's the thing. Let me check, actually. No, it's in system. It's in system.
Oh, it's in system. Okay.
Emulation configure system.
Yeah. CPU clock speed.
My game is set to 50.
Oh, okay. Let me get that down because I was at 100 before. So.
Oh, I set to 50.
Okay. That might be a bit better. Alright.
Yeah, alright, anyways.
Okay.
I'm
Jason.
so glad that I could meet someone like you in this foggy city.
I feel the same way, Saseki. It's just sad we've already have to say goodbye.
I realize that I belong in Japan. Such a two! One day, I swear, we will meet again!
Of course. I hope I can call myself a full-fledged by then.
Perhaps by then, I'll have the air of a competent author!
Alright, you two. Our coach has arrived. We should get going soon, Master Naruhodō.
Okay, Mr. Holmes.
Hopefully Mrs. Dick will be acquitted in time to make it in for dinner.
So, the curtain closed on the second job. 3 of us boarded a coach and set off for Baker Street. Okay. So this is it?
It's our new office.
Our own office, huh? I like it. It's got a nice ring to it.
It does. This is like a dream come true.
You see, this is so cute. It's like a small town. We're getting one step closer to the
What do you think, you two? Do you love it or do you love it?
Oh!
Hey!
His house
There
office.
he is!
Yeah.
Look at my handsome boy!
Wow, he
Look at
does.
This-
He looks really different right now.
Yeah, he's basically without his coder hat.
Yeah. Man, Mr. Holmes, thank you so much for this.
Look at my handsome boy! Look at him!
And so the simping begins.
It's the charming little room.
Hold on.
I recommend this
Positive
restart
about
game
the
later
glee.
for.
Oh.
Hold on. Yeah. Something
Let's just start the game.
really weird is going on tonight. Hold on, guys. Whoa, yeah, hold on. We're saving. We're gonna save. If I can.
Susanna, what
please.
happened to your theme?
Okay. Hold on. Gonna save. I'm gonna task manager and Citra.
Alright.
End it. End the task. Come on. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Something really weird is going on. But
Yeah. I also know it's like your Discord thing was cutting out for a sec right there. So I don't know if I don't think it's a Citra thing.
no, it's like my CPU is like really tasked tonight for whatever reason. Like
Yeah.
it's showing up like my CPU is using 90% of memory on OBS, but it's really weird. It shouldn't be doing that.
Huh.
Cause like, maybe I just left my PC on too much today. I don't feel like cause it's really weird. Cause like I didn't use my CPU, my PC much of today, so I did update the emulator. I don't know if that's causing it, but I feel like that shouldn't be it.
No, we'll figure it out once this because we're just about to end this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also screen share.
We're wrapping up the chapter now, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway. Is it okay? Okay, there we go.
Okay, we're live.
It's such a charming little room. I'm positively overwhelmed with glee.
That's great. Alright, Sonara, glad you're here too.
Come on, everyone. It's almost time for supper. When Uncle Sasaki gets here, we're having a big party. Ah, Miss Iris, I would love to help you prepare. Okay, then Susie, can you make the salad? All right.
So, how does it feel, Master Naruhodō? You've established your very own office in London.
Can't stop trembling from excitement, along with the thought of what might be waiting for us in the city.
That's exactly how I felt when I had my own office here. That is, that's all I came to know of the darkness lurking in this foggy city.
Huh?
London is praised for being the brightest, most prosperous imperial capital of all. However, as the flames of London burns brighter and brighter, the shadow cast by its light grows into an ever greater darkness.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, I'm sure you'll find out for yourself in due time, just how deep the darkness goes. Now, I believe this bears repeating. Welcome to London, Master Naruhodō.
At that point, there was no way I could have truly understood it as the words. It'd be just a short while before here
Alright, the end.
Okay, so first off, I'm gonna investigate what's going on, like, behind the scenes later on of just what was going on, because I don't know, like, we haven't had it really, the Hound of Baskervilles,
Episode 4, Episode 5, The Adventure of the Unspeakable Story.
Okay, so yeah, like, that's the most famous Sherlock Holmes stories, is Hounds of Baskervilles, so.
You're coming in soft again?
Okay.
Are you? Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever,
Roxas,
we
wait.
made it to the end.
Roxas, don't ask for memes right away, okay? I'm just sorry if I'm gonna be a downer on that. Please don't. When we're having technical issues, memes can fucking wait, I swear to God.
Yeah, they can.
Okay,
Alright.
if it would. Please, come on. Please don't. Oh God, please, no.
It's gonna say.
I don't know if it is or not, because it's not moving.
No, it was like a few seconds. We saw the ending.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
We'll
You
restart.
can really just restart it if you want to. It doesn't matter.
Oh my gosh, jeez.
Yeah.
God, I don't know.
I think the game does like auto save checkpoints from when I played the games.
Because
So even if you like don't save your file, like it'll have checkpoints.
Okay, emulation speed, alternative speed. I'm just trying to look in here real quick for anything that's caused. I think it just might be something.
Are you what are you using Citra Canary, right?
Citra Nightly.
Oh, I recommend you Citra Canary.
Oh, Canary? I thought you said to use Nightly.
I said Canary.
Huh.
I've always said Canary.
Huh. Maybe it just did that on the update. Huh.
Actually, try switching to Citra Canary right now. Actually,
Yeah, hold
because
on,
you
hold
should
on,
have
hold on.
it.
Yeah. We're gonna do a test, guys. Just give me a sec.
Yeah, because I heard Citra Canary's better for this.
That's so weird. I can't tell if it's just the emulator or if it's my. Okay, Citra Canary. Come on, load up. I don't know what is going on.
Yeah, that was weird.
Okay, Citra Canary. Recent files.
Watching. Sophie.
Alright.
Okay, well, we'll be using. I guess we'll try this one.
Yeah, look at that! It just loaded fine right there.
Yeah.
Wait, screen share just to make sure.
Okay. Yeah.
I also want the music to play. I might as well just go to episode select just
Yeah,
because.
just to make sure. It's just doing the thing. Hold on. Oh my god. Why? Why
Yeah.
is everything?
At least it happened. At least it's all happening at the end after it's over.
God. I don't know what is up. I don't know what is up with it. Like.
Well, Patrick, you can mess around with this later.
Yeah,
because we are at the
I'm
end.
just making sure.
And let's one more time. One more bit.
Yeah.
One more
No,
minute.
we can
Give-
get
give one
someone
more
from the Scarlet Studies to check in.
I mean, they don't support Citra though, so.
Yeah.
So that I can't do that.
Yep, it's there. Okay, we're good. So I want you guys to talk about this case first.
Why yes? Sorry. Okay.
It is just. Do I hear bad opinions coming?
No, I'm just like, I'm curious what your just first thoughts are.
Okay, I guess fine. I did enjoy it. Like I like the idea that this was an accidental murder. Well, quote unquote murder. Because
What died?
yeah,
so
no one actually died from it. But like I honestly think the investigation was my favorite part of it instead of the actual.
yeah, honestly, I agree. I agree with you. I love the investigation.
Like the investigation for this one is really fun for it. Especially, God, the lion part was like the best part of the whole thing, hands down.
Well,
also,
it also helps that this is your first investigation of the. Well, actually, no, I take that back. This is your pretty much your
second investigation in the game.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so weird that it took till case 4 to have a full proper investigation and trial. Like, but
Because for Naruhodō, this is basically his first time. Because the story is basically Naruhodō becoming an attorney, so it makes sense that case 4 is the time we're like,
Yeah.
alright, actually start getting into
But-
this.
I feel like I'm going to be in the minority at this point when I say I'm really hoping case 5 is good because I've been enjoying the ride, but I haven't been hooked like I have been at the end of case 1. Because case 1 left a really good impression on me, and I just don't think the game has really hit the same height.
Well, I mean, knowing case 5, what's it called? It's also the longest case, it also ties to the other case.
Yeah,
Case
so-
3, since it also ties into case 3, which is unconcluded, so.
I'm just saying, like, right now, it's like, I'm really hoping case 5 is there, but I'm kind of getting a lot of Justice for All vibes with this game, in terms of, like, I really enjoyed that first case, but the rest of the cases, I've enjoyed them, but I feel like they just haven't gotten to the same heights as other cases, and that, as a reviewer, that puts me in a bit of a weird mindset of just like,
That I have to hard disagree with you on that one.
I know it's like,
That's
I
like
know
a- that's
I'm like
very
stepping into a
hard
minefield
disagree.
on this one, but this is just how I feel coming. Like,
It's funny because that's the opposite for Nico B, because he really disliked the first case of this game.
I
And then
don't know,
liked
man.
everything else so much more. That was-
I don't know. It just hasn't hooked me. None of the cases, like, I've enjoyed the characters, and I enjoy, like, okay, hold on. I think we gotta get out of Citra. We gotta get out of Citra. Hold on. Because I think it's just causing the game to like crash hard. At this point. Yeah, we're gonna stop Citra. Because like the game is it's lagging hard at this point. But I'm gonna put I'm gonna open up another tab and put up the Great Ace Attorney music in the background. But are you guys still able to hear me? Just make sure. Oh boy. Hold on. God, why is everything going down like now? Hold on, guys. Jeez. Ay. Okay, I'm trying to get back into the call, guys. Give me a sec.
Oh no, the ace attorney got took.
Oh my gosh, jeez, it is. My computer is like crapping out right now, jeez. I don't know what is going on.